50,000. 50,000 to 100,000. I think that's, you have to also understand that's like kind of part of the goal, is to make it more global in some way, to make it more appealing in other regions. Not many JP folks bought the Capcom collections. You gotta understand, bro, like the Japanese audience for games in comparison to the Western audience, like if we're just talking about US, Japan is like less than 5% of its sales, and then America's like 80%, like comparatively speaking. I'm throwing around numbers here because it's going to change per project, but like Japan doesn't really buy console games that much. It's been kind of an issue with this generation, is that Japan really doesn't have a high attach rate for console games. They're really into mobile games. Boy, the Switch has been popular. Yep. And even if something blows up in Japan, it'll sell like 90,000 units in the first like month, which is big. While anywhere else, that's like considered a massive failure if it doesn't hit the market that it wants to. All right, let's look at some stuff and see if we can identify any changes. The reason we're here, even though it's a general presentation, is that we're going to see some pro players playing. We'll see if they actually figure out some cool stuff, and you know, we're actually seeing gameplay. Let me get my big fat head out of here, bro. So we can just like analyze stuff a little bit. There was already some 4K gameplay that we went over that did have some changes that did look pretty cool. It did seem like things are going in a relatively different direction. Game is opening up tagging, making tagging maybe a little bit more incentivized, but we don't have the details on that yet. Who's playing? I think the devs are playing right now. This intro goes on for so long. Holy crap. Intro is almost a minute and a half. Stop flashing me with those, Iron Man. You guys aren't pulling anything from this. Nice. That'd be how that do. The game is way out. Will they improve the art style? I think you'll definitely get polished, but no, I don't think the art style's changing, my dude. I think there's going to be some polish and animations and stuff like that. There's some goofy things that are a little early. He burned the floor. Ghost Rider is definitely a character I'll likely be playing. Dash canceling offense. Look at that, dude. Andy has an overhead. Ghost Rider has easy to set up, hard to blockables. Dang. That's crazy. They're definitely going to remove those hard to blockables before the game's out. The game had no like block protection, which is usually what some games will offer when those like moments happen. Some sort of like all block in that opportunity. It doesn't. So you have to just like guess for your life, even on block. So that's going to change, dude. They're just showing a video. I'm curious if anything they're talking about here is talking about mechanical differences. Oh, here's the video we already saw. Probably no alt costumes. Probably not at the start. Arc System Works started to get into alt costume stuff with like the Grand Blue games to a degree. So this is the gameplay we already, I think we saw. We're gonna find out. No, it's different. It is different. That is indeed an overhead. That's disgusting, dude. Damn. Well, it's already 10 times better than the Virtua Fighter presentation, chat. Wow, that's badass. That Spider-Man can sit there and hang in neutral? Did you see that? That's badass. He can stall his, like, aerial movement by just hanging. Yeah, it looks like they really made his unique, the web, you know, whatever, the web traversal, really a big part of his combo system. It reminds me a lot of what Miss Marvel does. KO. Yeah, this stage is great. Dude, this stage has 5 segments. 5. Showing the 2 different types of assists. Or the 3 different types, the 3 different categories.